Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm studying Forensic Computing and Security at BU, and I have quite a few roles within Subaru now, like being the Disabilities, Accessibility and Neurodiverse Officer, the President of the Gaming Society and Head of Website for Nerve Radio. I've always been quite shy and kept to myself. I remember thinking, I don't want to go to university. For as long as I can remember, my main interest has always been everything computing. I originally wanted to do a degree apprenticeship and then couldn't really find anything that I wanted to do. I remember finding the original transition period from college to moving to university very difficult, especially when it was moving away from home. Living independently, that was something that I'd thought at the time at college. I was like, this is going to be really good. I'm looking forward to this. And then I got there and it's such a big leap from living at home for 18 years to then moving out to live on my own. When I was in my first year, we did have some minor problems on our course and we went to some of our lecturers. They said, talk to your student rep about it and they can mention it. And that's sort of when I found out about that role. I remember throughout my role as a student rep in my second year, there was a couple of instances where I talked to BU's additional learning support about specific challenges faced by some students with additional learning needs. That was one of the main factors that led me to run for Disabilities, Accessibility and Neurodiverse Officer. People just aren't aware of how certain conditions affect people and what sort of adjustments people might need. So that's sort of the work that I've been trying to focus on, is getting it more well known so the university as a whole is more inclusive. One of the biggest projects I've done as Disabilities Officer would probably be the Google visit to Google's Accessibility Lab in London. To be sat on the minibus to London thinking, this is what I've done, was again quite a surreal moment, and seeing the impact and then all the social media content about raising awareness was just one of the things I'd wanted to do in that role anyway. In my second year, with some friends, we were looking at the Graduate Skills Programme for BU, and with that you have to do some sort of activities, and one of which was setting up a society. We decided to go with the more broad option of gaming society. I think something I've definitely noticed through the Disabilities Network and through the Gaming Society is how important it is to build or to have these communities. Finding like-minded people like that has been really touching to me, and especially then from the disabilities role, it's useful in that aspect because it just sort of reminds you that you're not on your own. I had a mutual friend in Nerve Radio. He was looking for web developers. Being a keen web developer, was quite happy to get involved. Put myself forward for the committee role of head of website. As a committee member, I would be able to have my own show. I thought, I've got this opportunity, I might as well do it. Never would I have thought throughout college, school, and my first year of uni, I would never have seen that coming, but I'm so glad it did. I've definitely got more confident since. I remember the first time sitting there in the studio at the desk thinking, I've not done anything like this before. What I'm doing now is being broadcasted live to however many people are listening. It's just really helped my confidence, and I feel like I'm now maybe more of a bit outgoing of a person than I definitely was at the start anyway. Nerve Radio is part of the Student Radio Association, and as part of that we get invited to events like the Student Radio Association Conference. Really opened my eyes because I wasn't overly sure what I wanted to do with my career. I knew it would always be something computing related, but being able to sort of integrate now two of my hobbies, being radio and computing, into a potential career. I definitely think all of the extracurricular stuff I've done through Subaru has definitely helped me sort of stay engaged with my studies, because I don't think I would have continued if there wasn't all the other extracurricular stuff that I picked up along the way, because I think I would have just sort of not had lots to do and would have been bored and thought, why am I doing this? All the other things that I've picked up through Subaru, new hobbies, new friends, new interests, and everything has definitely helped me stay on my course and even apply to BU to stay for a master's. So I'll be here one more year because I'm not ready to leave yet. Yeah, it's because of Subaru that I'm basically staying on to do a master's. So